Alright, new series, round of 16, Prime Icarus versus Catman champions. It is confusing because Laser Killing is still tagged up as Solaire Club, and that's always going to throw me off. And then, of course, PI has two players who are tagged up as DNKE because they're not typical members. Znawi and... crap, who's their last member? The new PI player. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. They are using two ringers here in Etrin and Oranish, so we'll see how that affects them. Hopefully not too much. Should be a pretty decent series here. As I've got Narcy on because Beaverbanger had to leave, so we know Boar Beater's good.
Wow.
How you doing, Narcy?
I'm like the backup, you know. Like, well, we have Beaverbanger, but
I offered before.
We're just gonna have to deal with Narcy.
Say anything. I was like, I'm looking for a co-cast for about half an hour because we're gonna start games,
That's
and then
fine.
we even
I mean,
started.
I'd like to thank you, you know, for getting me on here. I'd like to personally apologize to everyone on the stream because they're about to, like, you know, we're listening to Narcy. Like, we could have had Beaverbanger.
Pretty much. That's exactly what I'm thinking right here.
Such is life.
And I'm gonna have to mute you when you start devolving into the incredibly vitriolic and offensive language.
Incredibly vitriolic.
That you often use.
Coming this summer. That's actually a nice word.
Vitriolic? Yeah, it is a fun word, isn't it? Take your damn SATs, people. Go study. It's very important. And you can use words like that when you cast in front of 20 fucking people.
Exactly.
So we played in Solette, first band.
Quincy. Alright,
is vitriolic? I don't think so. Not really. That doesn't really describe me at all. Enthos apparently really wants you muted. So, might have to go through with that, because can't make Enthos mad. He's got pull with beef, you know, and that's...
Oh, he's like 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1. So he voted 5.
Yeah. I mean, he's just confused as to how much that actually is. He has to count, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense for him. That's about where Enthos is.
He just has OCD.
Yeah.
Not OCD, what's that one thing? Where you like start repeating stuff?
That's OCD, yeah.
Oh, it is. It is.
Yeah. There you go, Enthos. You figured it out. It's 5. Good job. Only had a little bit of health. Before you said repeating stuff, I was about to say mental retardation, but you ruined the joke. And I'm very disappointed in you. But there's a game going on here. Boarbeater commenting that, oh my god, these bands look somewhat relevant and smart, as the Swiftblade and Solette were taken out by Catman champions Cthulhuphant and Revenant. So at least the first two bands were good. The Silhouette and Revenant, less so, I think, but oh well.
But what are you gonna ban?
Kraken. Like, it depends. If you're the Hellborn side, Rhapsody. If you're the Legion side, depends on what you want to pick. Like,
I guess yeah. I guess according to the stats, since Rhapsody always wins.
That's right. Stats, boy. Rhapsody's just so goddamn powerful right now, and Rhapsody, Ophelia, the first two picks for the Hellborn side. So. PI off to a really great start already. I don't actually know if Shorecamp plays the Ophelia on this team or not. I don't know if I've seen him on that tier before, but they've got ringers, so it's possible. Push, 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 push. And Legion team with
the Oogie is being shadowed.
Well, it is Certas. They did pick him up from Dawn, and he plays Oogie. Good. Thank you for not doing that.
There is that whole Rhapsody aura thing, you know.
That's actually a really good point.
But it's actually a really low range aura. So
yeah. It's really a useless spell. Like, it doesn't do anything.
The Rhapsody aura, it's good. It's just extremely weak compared to, you know, her first and second ability.
Right.
Especially the second ability. The second ability is insane. Yeah. People, like, I've seen people get like one, you know, they max stun and then they max like their E because they go like, oh, it's just a heal, you know.
Right.
That ability is insane. It's like super strong, and especially if like used right, and if the players you play with know how to use it.
There you go.
See, and there, it looks like people are having issues with the clanks. You know, nobody got told about this, and it just happened.
I will say, Rhapsody's third skill isn't powerful, but it does do reduced magic armor for your opponents, so that's kind of nice.
Yep, actually in one qualifier game I was long laning Bramble with our support on Rhapsody, and our support accidentally leveled the aura first, and we got first blood. So.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know how.
I'd just like to point out to your viewers, to McDo, that I did not say that. I said it's extremely weak in comparison to her first two abilities. Now, comparison, I know it's a very hard thing for a 12-year-old to understand, but it's you'll get it in high school, something like that.
I'm just saying you did say it's good but extremely weak. I mean, you continue talking after that, right? But what I'm saying is he's not wrong because you did say those words in that specific order.
He is wrong.
I'm just saying.
He is wrong.
Just saying.
He is wrong.
Let's get him on here and see. Go fight to the death. I'd watch that. Just the two of you yell at each other while a game happens in the background, and I'm just completely ignoring it.
So, can someone tell me why Legion banned Engineer?
Why Hellborn banned Engineer? I was more concerned with why Legion banned Berserker.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I got confused. Yeah, no. I guess
I'm not. Berserker is a. I mean, you really need to look at the team's history. I guess it might be a comfort hero, and it's not a bad carry. Like, people know how to play Berserker. They should go for it. Like, it's still a very strong pick, especially like we are in the carry meta. So
not really.
I think we definitely are.
Like
there's a patch that said that it was a carry.
Yeah,
carries
but look at the games. How often do you see like a true 4% one strat? We saw it with the TDL the other day. In
every team that knows how to play the current meta, they are completely abusing this.
We see a lot of gank strats, a lot of push strats, a lot of semi carries. I still feel like. I mean, you look like Hellborn side. They haven't picked a carry yet in their first 3 picks. That doesn't really matter. They'll be just fine. Like, they've got good push with Ophelia and Rhapsody, good gank and team control with Bubbles. So, like, that's a nice setup. And Malakin coming out from the lead side, which is nice, but I don't know.
They will pick a carry. And if they don't pick a carry, it's not good for them. If you don't pick a carry, you're at a disadvantage because it's such a huge thing to have a carry.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to make that carry useful. So.
Like, you should have a carry and you should have a 1, but like it doesn't have to be TDL. It doesn't have to be like a super hard carry. You can pick a semi carry that doesn't necessarily need 500 plus GPM to get going. And Swifty is actually a really good example of that, because Swiftblade is a hero that gets that much farm. It's not necessarily a hero that needs that much farm, because like we've seen Suicide Swiftblade do very well and do a lot of damage. But yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, but.
Yeah. No, I also agree with you. Like, especially for teams that aren't really experienced with the carry meta. Like, for example, The Last of Us, like my team, our players. Well, besides that, if they're bad or good, our players are old school. Like, they were here when the carry meta was,
Right. It was 4 Protect 1 every game.
Yeah. So we are able to play this because that's what my players play. That's what they're used to. And now that it's back, that's where they shine. So it's just help. Like the other day, like you saw, like we came back just from the other team pretty much shat on us. They took every single tower by the 15th minute.
Yeah.
But it didn't even matter because just carries right now have such a strong potential, and teams can choose to not use them. But if they do, they shall be rewarded.
Both teams have tanky carries in this game.
Yep. What are your thoughts, Borbeater and Quincy, on dealing with Oogie, by the way? How do you think people should go about that? Because I've seen completely different opinions on that.
I mean, some people like to go Bane, but you're just draining mana that'll just come back. That's what people say, at least. And then other people say maybe you want a succubus hold or something like that to just get him out there quick.
To be very specific, in terms of timing, do you let this hero take its time and then you just traverse into the late game where theoretically he's weaker compared to his early game, or do you just crush him right from the beginning and you don't let him get big? That's something that I've heard completely different opinions on from
the second one.
Pro players as well.
But I don't know what I'm talking about, so that's fine.
You mean like as a plan, or like, because I mean it depends on what kind of heroes and what you're capable of doing.
That's great.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Not with me. No, I sure can. I'm not gonna watch. I'm not gonna catch with your games, but that's funny. That's fantastic. I'm sorry. Make your point. That was very funny to me.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Shout out to Ramate. That was good. Probably butchering your name, but that's okay. You guys know me, but poor Beater, you're saying something about Oogie there that I was.
Well, I mean, it depends on what your team's capable of doing hero-wise. Unless you're talking about drafting so that you can shut him down early. Right. But if you try to shut him down early and you mess up, and he kills because Oogie's kind of turnaround hero. Like if that happens, then you lost already. I think
it's also a double-edged sword because at the same time, like the hero snowballs really quickly. So, are you a fan of putting the risk in of stopping the snowball yet risking fucking up harder, basically, or just hey, you know, the hero is pretty magic damage intensive, so I'm just gonna wait till later in the game where magic damage matters less, and I'm just gonna avoid as much as possible. And I'm still not decided on this extremely, but from
I don't know.
From what go ahead.
I don't have any specific opinions on it, mostly because we haven't seen Oogie too much for me to be able to form like a real opinion on it. I don't feel like his magic damage has issues scaling in the late game though, because he just does so much of it. Like, the problem with magic damage is not that it gets worse over the course of the game, it's that it doesn't tend to increase, or doesn't at least stay good enough. Like, you know, Bubbles does 280 magic damage or whatever with the Shell Surf, and he's going to do that at level 7, and he's also going to do that at level 25. So, when everybody's got 1,000 health, then that's a bunch of damage. And when everybody's got 2,500 health, then that's not very much damage. But Oogie doesn't seem to have the same problem. So...
because he can dish out massive amounts of damage and stay alive.
Right.
And do it like while tanking and while like it's insane. And the more you try to shut him down during a team fight, the stronger he gets. It's the concept of the hero is just really powerful. But yeah, like so far personally, like when I say personally, like in TMM and stuff, when I'm against Oogie, mostly against True Mentality or whatever, right? And Farm D. What's worked for me is
farmed,
like,
by the way, but okay.
Or farm. I don't know, but
farm D. I think it's probably just farmed.
The person
well, it's
who
a
shall
capital
not be named,
D, so I guess I don't know.
When I play against them, what's worked for me is going AFK farm, Mage Bane. Anytime they push, do anything, straight up TP to the other lane, and just start farming there.
And there in the bottom lane, it pops a health pot, it does not matter. So
and win the game 40 minutes in. But that's boring, right? Yeah. But it has worked for me. But I don't know. Haven't tried the other way around. As every time that is tried, that fails. Oh, another kill. Alright, let's start talking about the game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Oogie's in the game, so it's worth talking about, especially because it's not a hero we see very often. So, you know, at least theory crafting ways to shut it down is not a bad thing to do, because like they're gonna have to shut the Oogie down. Is their opposing team's carrying.
Yeah. Oh, this Magmus just...
Or, you know what, actually, yeah, Magmus gonna drop 2 here. Yep. That was an interesting plan. Right there. Not sure exactly.
Yeah, he just walked up and was like, kill me!
I figured out, how to counter Oogie, though. Why Shrunken Head?
See, you might think that works, but your entire team's not gonna buy Shrunken Head. So this guy is gonna kill like 4 on your team, and you're gonna stay alive, and you're not gonna do as much damage as he is in that time.
Okay, so there are very few heroes that there are very, 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 very few cores that don't buy Shrunken. Or like can't buy Shrunken, I guess. In the middle lane once again. Pyromancer get destroyed here, but nice 2-man lava surge.
He almost died.
Short can? Nope. Short can can't get it.
I'm at 1508. Is that?
Yeah, I'm at 1513. 14.
Boy, you guys
15.
are all sorts of crazy. 12, 15, 12, 13, 14, 15.
I'm gonna pause at
I guess I'll
19.
slow down a bit.
Alright, let's all pause at 15, 20. Okay, I'm at
Done.
15, 20 right now.
Oh, 1 second. Sorry, I messed up.
Yeah, Vindicator
There,
actually
okay.
might work pretty well. That's a good point. But that's, again, that's a drafting thing, not necessarily a laney strategy type situation. You ready?
Yeah.
Alright, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4. Alright.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so I was gonna say that, you know, like there aren't that many cores that really don't get shrunken, and there you go. That's Beavermanger's Tarquake Max type strat. Middle lane actually. Magma's gonna fall. There's not that many cores that basically can't buy a shrunken. Alright, like just take this game as an example, right? Every core here, except for maybe Bubbles, can get shrunken. And Bubbles can get shrunken, there's just much better items for him to get. And he can deal with Oogie too, like Oogie's not that big of a threat just because he's so mobile. So, okay, Oogie can kill your supports, especially if you're in your double support lineup, and that's annoying. But if he's going to spend all of his time focusing down your supports, then he's going to die. Like, that's one of the advantages that Rhapsody has, is she forces the other team to focus her. And in the meantime, her team's taking no damage, and can kill the opposing team's core heroes. So it's not just about the damage, it's also about how she forces the other team to play. As actually up top, Kraken finally take a death here. And they keep jumping on him, but eventually Oogie getting the positioning of course with that charge. So I feel like if you just shrunk a head up and burst down the Oogie, because he's not that tanky if he's not dealing damage and getting his mana back and stuff
He
like
is.
that.
He doesn't need to deal damage.
He's
That's
pretty
the problem.
Alright, fine. He's pretty tanky.
He can
take
just
that
queue
back.
on the ground and stay alive.
I'll take
He
that
doesn't
back.
need to hit anything.
Okay, so if you kill the Oogie with the Shrunken Heads up, and it should be within Shrunken Head cooldown possibility. He's pretty damn fast, but still, other than that, it's not. He should be alright. So,
Yeah, you just need to reach a point in the game, 40 to 50 minutes in, where you're doing more physical damage to the Oogie than he's regenerating while killing your team with that mana used.
right.
That's where the problem is. And I'm not saying nerf the hero. Like, honestly, you know who would like be perfect to go into this is Chris Beaverbanger, because they've been picking him.
Yeah.
We played against them, and they picked Oogie against us at a scrim, and we lost. After that game, you know, we talked a lot, and obviously our solution is to out-carry him. But yep, Kraken.
Middle as well. I'm just gonna trade 1 for 1 there, so not the worst on the Legion side. Hastrun on Magma, so you will be okay.
A lot of outplays happening, honestly, like
Right.
just sloppy plays coming from
This
Legion.
Kraken's at 71 gold per minute, and he's getting crushed. And
Oh, he
middle
is-
lane distractions onto... I was nothing fine.
Prisoner used his ulti on nothing.
Yeah, I was wondering, because like I heard the sound go off, and I was like, did he just, something happen, or, I don't know. Apparently not. Looks like each one of those bubbles is trying to set up a kill middle, but not really gonna find anything. I'm gonna have to shell surf out, and he will be alright. Take some mana pot. In the meantime, Malakin is free farming bottom at 400 gold per minute. I should say, wow. 400 GPM. 414 though on this Oogie in the short lane. Kraken will have lane control here, so he'll get himself back. Oogie already with a mana ring, and I assume that's going to turn into an icon of the goddess. So there's another question about Oogie. How do you build him? I've seen a lot of teams go icon, which is nice, especially if you get active, and you probably should get active.
How do you like me now?
Yeah, you have to get active. Look at that damage.
Yeah.
Just LOL.
We're going to pause this for a second because Kraken's about to die. Again. So. Felix
I still
there.
don't.
Yeah, not a good time for him.
And this Oogie is going the Tarquake build as well.
Yep.
So.
It's hilarious
We were
because
talking about
the range is insane on that ability.
Yeah. That's what
Like the
Beaverbanger was talking
Kraken,
about.
it's,
Like
yeah,
last
it's crazy.
time, we did mention Oogie for a little bit, and he was getting flamed in Twitch chat for going the Tarquake over Conflagrate, and it was basically like, for that express purpose, opposing suicides that have a getaway, he wants to have the extra range on Tarquake to be able to catch them after they try to charge or whatever.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like he charges away and you just slow him, and
Right.
it's not like just any slow. It's
it's a powerful slow.
Pretty effective slow, 35%. Like, that's pretty insane.
Yeah. So, deep lane ward here, too, from Rhapsody. And I wouldn't be surprised, actually. I'd like to see her move a little bit. Etran in the bottom lane going to drop to Malakin. Sorry, I missed that. But I feel like Oogie does not need Rhapsody anymore. And she could be better served either roaming middle to get the kills there and slow down Magnus on his portal key, or to shut down this Malakin if somebody else rotates bot, especially with Bubbles, who's level 5.
Well, it looks like they're gonna push, so...
Yeah, that works too, I guess. Hopefully he's level 6.
I feel like Rhapsody's up there just simply because, hey, free kills. That's their logic.
Yeah, and middle Slasker are gonna die.
The guy
I
just
agree.
keeps walking up.
And Kraken will be okay. I agree, but I feel like there are much more valuable kills to be had in middle and bot than to just keep crapping on his Kraken. Like, they shut him down and they
destroyed a
dropped
Legion
2
tower.
And now I would be more concerned about Magnus getting a portal key, and I would be more concerned about 400 plus GPM on Malachi. So if they're just gonna push this out, actually that's fine because it's gonna make even more fun. And he's gonna take out this Kraken, who has the charge.
This
so
Kraken's dead.
he's
Oh,
fine.
didn't have enough for his last Darkquake. If he did, that guy's dead. He might have had enough though, actually. If he just mana batteried and changed boots, he could have killed him.
I think it would have been a blind shot anyway, so it's fine. Bottom lane, hook back in here onto Malakin actually. He's gonna drop despite popping the ultimate there, so a bit of a wasted ulti. Kelfield also onto Empath will stop the TP. Top lane, they do stop this push, and they will kill Shuriken on that Empath, or that Ophelia, because he's bad, so
I agree.
it's just terrible.
He's even got boots, so...
Oh my god, an Ophelia with boots. What a shot.
So Flutter on here says, don't nerf Oogie, just buff Oogie counters. Yeah, about that. Like, what are you gonna buff? Mage Bane? Mage Bane is strong.
Bane's fine, yeah.
Like, Mage Bane is
Vindicator
exactly
could
where he
use
needs.
a
People like to pick
Vindicator
Moira
maybe could
against
use a buff, yeah.
Sorry, Burbeater, go.
people in TMM like to pick Moira against Oogie.
That's a good idea.
That's just delaying the inevitable.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you can burn all his mana, then it gives you a window to kill him. And from a support hero, one spell that could effectively counter that hero, Magnus can be a lot of surge away from the hook. Like,
How
that's
long
a
is
fine
that?
investment.
How long is the mana drain? Like,
It's-
how long, I mean...
It burns
Because
all
every
your
time
mana
he uses
instantly.
mana, it goes back to 0, right?
Yeah, it burns all your mana instantly, and it slowly regens it. And every single time that you use mana, actually, hook again on Magnus, and the shackle goes down. Also coming in, this will be a kill. If they can get the last autos. No! Magnus with the lava surge away. Very well done there. And he just has enough health. So he will
But
be
yeah,
fine.
it steals your mana again if you use a spell.
Right.
So if Oogie's like, oh, I want to steal Conflagrate away, or whatever the W is called,
Yeah.
then he'll lose his mana again. And I think it does a little bit of damage when you lose the mana, but it's not that big.
So yeah, that's a decent idea.
And
I'm
it
not even sure if-
resets the like duration
Yeah.
if you use a spell. So you can like perpetually like
Yeah,
hurt
but how
yourself.
long is it? I'm trying to find the hero and I can't find it on the big screen. What the hell?
It's in the like Legion side. I don't know.
It's agility.
Need control.
Surge away again from Magnus. He keeps getting a hook, but just leaves.
It's an Angie hero, so
Oh, is it?
you can also
Found
just
found
type it in the top right. There's a search bar.
There's no search in the simple hero list. in the Learnatorium.
Is Moira even eligible for comp play right now?
I don't think so.
It is, yeah.
It is?
Alright, so... It is.
The lane actually.
I think so.
There's no good jump.
After a 2.5 second delay, they slowly regain all their mana. So you're gonna shut down
You cannot escape.
the guy.
Prisoner gonna get jumped here. Kelfield at a 3 though, and a nice Malcolm ultimate gonna stop everything, but Rhapsody gonna stop the damage. Will be immediately cancelled by Magnus. That's not gonna end well for him. Laser killing is looks like the only casualty from this fight. So a couple of ultis used, and Magnus takes the drop. 250 GPM, a little bit below actually for him, and now this Hellborn Side is going to turn that into a mid-tower push, so it should be a pretty easy tower for them. And they did port Oogie back to base. Prisoner has 3 teleports.
The Hellborn had destroyed a Legion tower.
He must have bought out on PPs before dying.
Yeah,
That's
it's
all.
possible.
'Cause he did die mid though one time.
Right. It's always a good plan. Usually you're Gonna use a fair
I'd
bit of
rather
teleports.
if you buy wards to help your support out, but whatever.
So yeah, that Moira drain is 2.5 seconds.
Magma's gonna put the shackle on him too. Looks like he's gonna take the drop. We'll see if Pyro's gonna get pulled back in by the ultimate from Prisoner. Yep, 2 more auto attacks and she also dies. So nice hook there for Prisoner, and this is gonna be a tier
The
2 tower kill
Hellborn
as well.
destroyed a Legion
Bottom lane
tower.
actually, Oogie gonna get the kill onto Empath as she was unable to use the
Massacre.
S1 because she's only level 5. That's the primary difficulty right there. Alright.
So what do you do against a team that picks Oogie? Do you ban it? And then they'll just pick something that's actually okay.
Well, it depends.
Well-
Like, you have to know that Ceratus is an Oogie player at this point. It's pretty well known. I know that, so they should know that.
It's a matter of a comfort hero on the other team,
Right.
and a matter of do you know how to deal with it or not.
Right.
That's like even if a hero's OP, if we know how to deal with it, then we'll just give it to them. Oh, it's fine. Yeah, give him the Puppet Master. We know how to deal with that. Give him the X, you know.
Yeah.
But Oogie, a lot of teams don't know how to deal with it. At this point, yeah. I was gonna say something, but I changed my mind.
I feel like that really, I do feel like the best way to deal with Oogie is to counter pick it. So, if they're gonna wait till the last pick to take it, like using one of your 5 bans on an Oogie against a team like PI with Ceratos that is going to run the Oogie at the very least occasionally and possibly more than that when they give them the opportunity, that's a worthwhile
The
ban
Hellborn
because
destroyed a Legion tower.
Catman Champions isn't gonna play Oogie, so if they ban Oogie, they're only hurting their opponents, they're not hurting themselves.
And by the way, people keep talking about Mage Bane. I don't think Mage Bane is the hardest carry to Oogie. Like the hardest counter. Like he drains mana, but by the time he drains mana, Oogie will have already done a lot of damage. I think the best counter to Oogie is a
They're gonna be
silence.
dropped here onto 3 heroes actually. They're trying to get out, and a nice Rhapsody ultimate gonna stop damage on a prisoner. Won't stop Shorthand from dying, but the eruption actually was cancelled. It looked like. No, I'm just crazy. At the same meantime, Ceratos' hair is burning. As Malik can fly back. Yeah, they're trying to come in and kill him again, but yeah, he's just gonna keep getting mana
Oogie
back from
gives
his
no
auto
shits.
attack hooks. And yeah, he's just fine.
He's got 8 charges on his string.
Empath is going to be in some trouble here. Sword Throw goes through.
I don't know why he's running away. Oogie can kill them here.
And yeah, he's going to get the pick off onto Empath. Going to try to turn this around onto Malikan probably. Here comes Bubbles back in. He didn't buy back, he just came back. And there goes the kill field onto one. Obviously a valuable kill onto that Malikan.
Pretty sure the CSU is going to come after
this
this.
that range.
Pyromancer. And
That
kill
range.
him.
He's gonna ult, yeah, he's gonna kill both.
Yeah, they're going to be able to get the kill onto Kraken because he used
Yeah,
the
he's gonna kill
offensive
both.
charge.
I'm telling you.
And
Hero's insane.
Love Surge is here to lock him down. They just can't do anything about this hero.
That's it. Just gonna keep pressing Q.
Yep, and here comes Kraken back in. That was a bad plan. Empath jumping in this fight again. Also a bad decision because he's probably going to fall. Shell's about to come through. And actually going to get inside of Magmus here. So we'll see if they can counter this on the Bubbles. Tarkwife misses, but they do kill Bubbles. Essence Link is down.
This
Tarkwife
Oogie's missing
again.
everything.
And now he's out of
Oogie might die.
mana, but he dodges the Pyro and takes a couple of stuns right there. This is going to be a dead Oogie. Oh god. Kill him. Thank you. 10-1. I mean, like, that lasted for 2 minutes. Pretty much.
And then when you die as Oogie, you type team question mark?
Yeah. Okay, so that took... They killed Malikan. He bought back and came in again. They killed him again, and then he came back in right after Oogie died. That's how long Oogie was up in that fight.
And he was diving.
Yeah. And he was diving tier 2 towers at, 17 minutes into the game. So... you're right. It comes down to either you know how to counter the hero and you counter it and you let them pick it and you counter it, or you don't know how to counter the hero and you ban it.
So who do you think the best counter pick is? Because
Romney is making a point that that I agree with, that Bloodhunter is a pretty good counter.
Bloodhunter does work, yeah. Long silence.
Bloodhunter is a good counter, but I think the best counter is the Dark Blade.
Empath in the drop here. Well, we saw how that went. And
Darkblade is a good counter until the Oogie gets shrunk in half, and then it's kind of like even that all right.
My only problem with the Dark Lady counter is Dark Lady can't kill Oogie before Dark Lady's blades wear off by herself. Top lane Kraken can fall. Why the hell is Kraken up there?
I don't get it. Even if even if the guy has Shrunken Head, well, I guess that he has his mana regen. He has the health regen coming from the Qs, but physical to physical, she will beat him. And at the point where they're both, shrunken headed, then the more physical is gonna win. The only thing that goes into again is just his health regen. So
yeah,
I do like the Blood Hunter though, not because of the silence, but because of the ult, because it goes through Shrunken.
that's true. That's true too.
But even like even the ult, I'm pretty sure if he keeps Torque Quaking, he can pretty much completely ignore that ult, right?
Yeah. Probably.
I mean,
so I don't know about Blood Hunter.
what about like a heavy CC hero,
Hellborn
CC hero like
destroyed a Legion
Polylog
tower.
Priest or something? Because if you can lock Oogie down for 4 or 5 seconds, you can kill him.
See,
And
the thing about Mage Bane,
so yeah,
Here we go.
Oogie, you're gonna
They're
take
about to
the
get
ult,
Oogies.
and we'll see if they can actually kill him here. He's got the ultimate up, and the Rhapsody
He's gonna
there.
kill them all. He's gonna kill them all.
He's just gonna turn this around.
He's gonna kill them all.
Come through, and it looks like Rhapsody might actually fall. No, she's gonna pop Power School outside. Actually, Kraken does die, and so does Ro16 on that Pyromancer. Finally, Rhapsody takes the death, but Prisoner over here actually shelters to snipe him out, and Oogie doesn't care, man.
hey, he's full health, dude. Just had 5 people collapse on him. He's full health.
Anyway, you were saying something about Oogie counters, I think.
Oh, Succubus is also kind of.
He doesn't
a
wait
little
to
bit
get
of
farmed like a TDL. Again, like that's the whole thing with ganking early. Yeah, that can work, but if you fail that, you're fucked.
Well, I mean, even like late game though, with a heavy CC hero, Oogie needs to be mobile and he needs to constantly be casting.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
And he's gonna die. So, like, if you can get something like a Polywog or a Succubus or a Witch Slayer that can lock Oogie down for even 4 seconds, it's not unrealistic to kill him because
Scout. By the way, this guy who works at Scout. That's a good counter. Isn't Scout's silence super magic?
it's physical.
Superior magic. Oh, physical. Okay.
Physical. Which
Okay,
Wait,
never
so
mind.
if you void talisman, you won't get silenced?
I guess
So,
not.
It's not. But the thing about Mage Bane though, like in my opinion, like why he's really good
Jump in
against.
here with a Sheep Stick actually on the Malik, and he's gonna die right off the bat. Empath gonna pop out. Pyromancer's not hitting nothing, and Empath dies immediately after. Magma's trying to get away with it. Tarquakes are going through. Oogie in the front lanes, of course, trying to do everything he can. Tarquake does not connect, and Pyromancer dies from background anyway, so that's gonna be a tier 3 tower here, and some melee racks. Hellborn are now up 20k gold in experience. And Kraken gonna get pulled right back in.
Too easy.
This Kraken is just not having a great time, man. 0-9 and 3,
The
103 gold
Legion
per
had
minute. He's
destroyed
actually
Legion barracks has been
below
destroyed.
this empath in farm.
A Legion barracks has
He's the
been
lowest in the game.
destroyed.
It's just painful. So I wouldn't be surprised. Arif was saying Scout Silence is physical. Is the superior magic not physical? I don't know. I thought it was
I knew it was superior magic. Yeah, like
whatever. It's fine.
it's superior magic because yeah, like for example, if you have a Tempest ult and he's in BKB, you just cancel it.
Right, but like a physical silence would do the same thing because it doesn't give you physical silence. Pyromancer's gonna die here as well. Malik popping the ultimate. We're on your tier 4
Physical.
towers, and here goes the Kraken. Oh, here goes Rhapsody, countering all the damage with her ult. Nothing they can do to stop them at this point. All their stones are gone, and they're really just diving the well at this point. Tablet out on a Malik, and they're gonna kill both him and Empath with the Sheep Stick. So, Genocide, and
Genocide.
yeah, CC. So, GG well played, get called, and that'll do it here for
Hellborn
game 1.
wins.
So, we spent the entire game pretty much talking about Oogie,
Yeah.
which is fair.
But speaking of Scout, like there's no such thing as a physical silence.
That's why I always thought it was weird, but at the same time, I repeatedly
No,
went
there.
physical
Yeah,
silence.
it's a superior magic. Superior magic is, you know,
It's the, I mean,
it's
the same,
just
but whatever. It just goes through Shrunken.
sort
which
of
is
the
fine.
same.
But
Sort of.
there could be a physical silence. That could be a thing.
It's not. Yeah, it could be a thing, but in this case, it isn't.
Not-
Like if you have a void talisman on, it will still work on you.
That's fine. Whatever. Anyway, I'm not sure if
Okay.
either of you guys actually watched that game, but Board Beater, you got final thoughts, something like that, or you want to just move on to game 2 here?
So there's a reason that a lot of times Magnuses will dodge the lane that Prisoner is in. That game was an example of it.
Yep.
Also, they seem to just not know Prisoner's hook range. They just kept getting hooked. So
They
it's
did
not like
do
he was
that.
PK hooking, but he was just hooking.
Yeah.
And he did have a PK, but didn't have to use it.
So, solid game from Slaskadret, too. He plays a lot of hook heroes, and he's a pretty good prisoner. 530 GPM. Well played to him, but Nars, do you have final thoughts here that aren't about Oogie?
No.
Fair enough.
No,
All right.
I mean, just complete outplay just in the laning phase. I don't think it mattered if they picked Oogie or anything else, because they lost the game not in top lane, but they lost it in mid lane, I think. And I think maybe they should contact Mid Romney here and use some of these stumps to fix their
Stump mods?
juking. Yeah, they need the stumps, man.
Auto shot by mods, so that they don't lose so much
They
gold.
need that juking, man. They need that juking.
Yeah. All right, I'll do it here for game 1, and we'll be back in a second.